Today we're talking about leased commercial equipment. Is it covered by your flood insurance? Is it not? Hello, Chris Green here with the Flood Insurance Guru. If you've got questions about flood insurance, flood education, flood zone changes, elevation certificates, click below to visit our website, floodinsuranceguru.com. You can also check out our daily flood education videos on our YouTube channel. Remember, we have an educational background on flood mitigation, which means we can help you understand flood risks like this right here. Your flood insurance and mitigating your property long term to help you minimize flood losses and flood premiums. Today we're talking about leased commercial equipment. Is it covered by your flood insurance? Is it not? No. When we get started today, we're going to talk about both two options. We're talking about National Flood Insurance Program and private flood insurance. And we're going to be talking about policy jacket and policy language. All these things are going to be very important for you to understand what's covered, what's not, when a claim occurs, what not to be surprised by. So let's take a look at the National Flood Insurance Program first. Now, generally, coverages can be limited on leased commercial equipment. In fact, with certain equipment, we've seen where there's no coverage at all. It all depends, first of all, who owns that commercial equipment, where it's located, the type of equipment that it is. These are all factors that could have an impact on whether there's coverage or not. Just this week, we had someone who had some leased commercial equipment. They wanted to put on a flood policy through the National Flood Insurance Program, and it was printing equipment, but unfortunately it was not covered through the National Flood Insurance Program. The good news though is there's also the private flood insurance who has a little more flexibility on what they can cover and what they can't cover. Now, in some situations they will cover certain leased equipment, some situations they won't. Where you're going to find this at is going to be your policy jacket. Look what the language, the definitions of what's covered and what's not. See if you can get a copy of this before signing up for that policy so you know what you're getting. Because the worst thing you want to happen is that your bank now says you have to have some forced place coverage through them because your flood insurance policy doesn't cover the leased equipment the way it needs to. So if you've got questions about leased commercial equipment on a flood insurance policy, click below to visit our website, floodinsuranceguru.com. Remember, we have an educational background on flood mitigation, which means we can help you understand flood risks like this right here. Your flood insurance and mitigating your property long term. Thank you.